Dubai knows how to fool the eye better than almost any city on Earth. From above, it looks like humanity beat nature in a straight-up fight. Glass spheres of skyscrapers, man-made islands shaped like palm trees, gleaming marinas packed with yachts, highways where supercars glide through the night, and hotels where every chandelier practically screams money. But the real miracle of Dubai is not the height of its towers or the amount of gold per square foot. The real miracle is that not long ago this was almost bare desert, a small port town, and a life built around fishing, trade, and pearl diving. There was no natural blessing here that was going to magically turn it into a global giant. Dubai did not drop out of the sky as a ready-made megacity. It was dragged out of the sand by willpower, money, and brutally clear long-term planning. And that is where the biggest myth falls apart. A lot of people still think this whole thing was built on oil alone. Oil gave it a launch, but oil was never the real foundation. The real foundation was trade, ports, free economic zones, aviation, real estate, tourism, and an obsession with constantly amazing the world. The rulers of Dubai understood something early that most places figure out too late. One day the oil runs out, but logistics, spectacle, convenience, and global attention can keep making money for a whole lot longer. So they did not just spend oil money, they converted it into the future. That is how Jebel Ali, one of the biggest ports in the world, became the quiet engine behind the glossy skyline. Around it grew a free trade zone that pulled in thousands of companies, and then the dominoes started falling. Roads, districts, hotels, malls, an airport, an airline, and then the entire glittering facade people now mistake for the city's natural state. Dubai did not wait for the world to notice it. It forced the world to turn its head. From that moment on, the city grew as if it were racing time itself. New towers, beaches, artificial islands, yacht harbors, futuristic museums, luxury districts, and giant hotels kept rising out of the sand like the desert had finally decided it was done being ignored and wanted to become the most expensive show on the planet. Once you understand that, Dubai starts making sense in a different way. It never tries to win you over slowly. It hits you with everything at once. The biggest mall, the tallest building, a flower garden in brutal heat, an indoor ski slope with real snow while the pavement outside is basically melting, massive aquariums, gold markets, sail-shaped hotels, palm-shaped islands, and neighborhoods that feel less like urban planning and more like ambition gone wild. Dubai does not just build places, it builds symbols. Even Dubai Mall is not really a mall in the normal sense, it is a giant consumption machine, a full-blown theater where shopping sits next to an aquarium, waterfalls, restaurants, an ice rink, and endless streams of people who came as much to stare as to spend. Burj Khalifa is not just a building either, it is a vertical flex, a structure that basically tells the world, we did not just go big, we went bigger than everybody else. Subscribe to the channel and drop a comment. Could you actually live in a city like this every day? Or is Dubai only fun in short bursts before the non-stop luxury and spectacle starts feeling like sensory overload? Because that is exactly how Dubai works. It either blows your mind instantly, or it makes you feel like you are drowning in excess. Everything is dialed all the way up. If it is a hotel, it comes with gold accents, private elevators, giant chandeliers, pools, and suites bigger than most houses. If it is an island, it is artificial, lined with villas, private beaches, and price tags that make regular people blink twice. If it is a car, it is not just transportation. It is Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, or a license plate that costs more than the car itself. Even the entertainment is built like the city has no idea what the word enough means. Desert safaris, fountain shows, giant water parks, marina nights, beach clubs, dinner in the dunes, glowing skylines after dark. Every surface feels designed to produce one reaction: wow. Dubai does not just entertain you, it makes you feel like you have stepped into a place where money has beaten limitations, climate, and boredom, and turned the impossible into a premium service. But if you peel back the gold coating for a second, you start to see that Dubai runs not only on luxury, but on a very hard system. This is not some relaxed paradise where anything goes. It is a disciplined machine, and that shine is held together by strict rules, control, and a carefully engineered hierarchy. Order here is almost sacred. Cleanliness, safety, speed, convenience, digital systems – all of it is part of the design, not some happy accident. The metro is automated, bus stops are air-conditioned, police are heavily digitized, public services are streamlined, and the whole city gives off the vibe of a place that wants friction removed from daily life. For tourists and wealthy residents, that can feel like a dream. Very little chaos, very little crime, a lot of service, and a constant sense that everything is under control. But that beauty does not come out of nowhere. It comes from a system where not everyone stands on equal ground. Emirati citizens live in a completely different reality from most of the expats who fill the city. They are a small share of the population, but they receive the real package: state support, housing help, job protection, subsidies, and access to resources. For them, the government acts like a shield. For foreigners, the picture changes fast. White-collar professionals, entrepreneurs, managers, and specialists can do very well and build comfortable lives. But underneath that polished surface is another world. Labor migrants from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and elsewhere, who literally built this city of records with their hands. You can admire the islands, towers, and luxury lobbies all you want, but all of that was raised through heat, sweat, and cheap labor from people who will never live in the apartments they helped create. Many of them live in cramped housing, make modest pay, work brutal jobs, and remain separated from the glamorous version of Dubai that visitors see. That is one of the city's sharpest contradictions. It sells a dream, but it is structured like a ladder with very different access points to that dream. At the top, gold, penthouses, private beaches, elite schools, high-end hospitals, and a life with almost no everyday friction. In the middle, office workers, service professionals, business people, and expats who may earn well but still remain temporary inside someone else's system. At the bottom, the invisible foundation, the labor force without which this entire machine would stall. And the thing is, Dubai does not really try to hide how pragmatic it is. It is built like a giant profit engine. You can use the system, make money in it, admire it, benefit from it, but truly belonging to it is another story. And weirdly enough, that is part of what makes the city so effective. It does not pretend to be something soft and organic. It functions more like a corporation the size of a metropolis. And that may be exactly why Dubai remains one of the most magnetic cities in the world. It pulls together almost every modern obsession in one place: wealth, records, speed, status, technology, comfort, and the fantasy of stepping into a life you usually only see in ads. Palm Jumeirah and the World Islands are probably the clearest proof that Dubai does not adjust to geography. It rewrites geography. If it wants more coastline, it builds more coastline. If it wants to sell someone not just a house but the feeling of owning a private island fantasy, it dredges the sea, reshapes the shore, and turns the ocean into luxury real estate. That is not just development. That is geography being bent to match desire. The same logic drives its hotels, from Burj Al Arab to Atlantis. These places do not just host guests. They create alternate realities, where a suite feels like a palace, a lobby feels like a royal hall, and service feels almost ceremonial. Even gold here is not just jewelry, it is status language. Even license plates become trophies. Even the nighttime skyline feels like one giant light installation where towers, bridges, fountains, and roads all merge into a single performance. But maybe the most fascinating thing about Dubai is the way it turns extremes into routine. Snow in the desert, gardens in brutal heat, islands built from scratch, towers planted into unstable ground, records in a place that used to be nearly empty. That is why some people are hypnotized by Dubai, and others are irritated by it. To some, it is the peak of human arrogance, a place where money replaced soul. To others, it is pure ambition, A city that proved dreams do not have to be waited for. They can be built with cranes, concrete, and billions of dollars. And honestly, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Dubai is not heaven, and it is not just a parody of luxury either. It is a giant, highly intelligent experiment, a place where desert was turned into a global brand. A city that did not rise because it got lucky, but because from the start it decided it was not going to be like everyone else. That is what makes it so powerful. Dubai does not ask for your admiration. It engineers it. And once you are already dazzled by the towers, the gold, the islands, and the sheer scale of the place, it quietly delivers its real message. The world does not belong to the cautious. It belongs to the ones bold enough to build higher, louder, and bigger than everybody else.